All right, so here we go. Traders trade recap for today. Let's go ahead and start with PowerPoint. Hit present. All right, so here we go. This morning pre-market, I was looking at three stocks as I always do. Always find the top three, and here was one of them, NVAX. So here's what I said. Game plan: stock is gapping up on a fast track news due to a flu vaccine. It is currently at $9 an area and has resistance at 1067. There probably meant to say there's daily support and hourly support at 768, and $6 pre-market chart has pivot support. Wait, excuse me. Oh, okay, here we go. And $6. Okay, sorry about that. Then I was saying that that thought ended. Then I was talking about pre-market support. So pre-market chart has pivot support at 873, and even better support between 813 and 777. I think it will sell off a tad in the morning and I will be a buyer at the 813 range. If it spikes big at the open, we'll reevaluate. All right, here we go. Let's go look at this. So we see we see the hourly. This is all pre-market. This is all before today's action. Okay, here's my pre-market deal. So why did I say those areas? So I like this area here, which was at 813. As I said, that range from 813 to right here, 777. Okay. Oh, that's not 7. This is 777. This is also another pre-market support area. Okay. So this is what I was looking at. This is one that I liked. I actually traded this one. Now, let's go look at what happened. Okay, so it opens up. We'll go to stocks to trade. And this is fine. Let me go ahead and put NVAX back on the scene. Okay. All right. So we see this. So it opened up. What is the first area I said? The key area at 813 to 8. I think 777. I said. Look at this. This thing pulls right back in here. Goes to 810. I missed this. Okay. It happens. I missed this, and it actually had a little pop, and it popped back over 9, and it went to 915. You would have needed for this to be a winner for you, but at least for me, 10% win. I would have needed, if I got it 810, 80 cents, 81 cents. So once you get to the 890s, you won. And so boom, it did it. So I missed it. Life goes on, no big deal. It came back down here. And now I'm like, okay, I don't want to retest this area. I want it to crack bigger so there's more panic, and I want it to hit another key area for the first time. So the next area that you see I had on my pre-market chart was right here at 742. So I put an order in at 745, and it came down and dropped to 733. And of course, I think I needed 820 for 10%, and it just started to move. So the problem, no problem at all, actually. The problem that I had is that I took this trade, look, at 1027, because this is when I got in. I stopped trading at 8:30. I mean, I should say at 7:30 West Coast, 10:30 East Coast, because I got to begin to prep my kids, and now I'm officially back. I'm off of vacation. Kids are off of vacation. So I was like, I had a little angst because I took this thing right before I normally shut the computer down. I never go past 8 o'clock for sure during my regular working hours. So I'm like making lunch for the kids, coming back, checking the computer, going back, finishing all the stuff that I got to do to get them ready. And so when I came back, when I seen it here in the 80s, I just took target. I just took it because even though I needed to wait for it to get over here so this is 850. All I needed really, I think it was this. If I'd have probably waited 10 more minutes, this candle did it. Yep, right there, 820. I would have got my full 10%. I only ended up taking 5%. I'm very happy with that, though. 5% for what I'm doing is very good. So it worked out. So that was the one that I actually took. And, I don't go past 9 o'clock because I don't ever get a chance to trade past 9. So when I back trade and when I do everything, I only look from 6:30 to 9, which is basically 9:30 to 12 East Coast time. So that's how I do it. Now let's go see what I had next drawn up on my chart on my log here is GMPX game plan. The daily is shitty and has a ton of red days, topping tails, and gaps with sell-offs. Okay, so I'm not feeling this because look at all of this red. Like it just sells off all the time. That's what I'm telling myself. But stock is gapping from 36 to $1.16. That's a huge gap on FDA fast track news for lung cancer, for some lung cancer drug. Currently sits at 116 on the pre-market chart with the VWAP at 94. Has resistance at 118, so it's basically right at a resistance mark, and 131 on the daily chart with the 200 MA on daily supporting at 94. So it was in between this like support but at a resistance at the same time. Okay, and it has a history of just selling off. So what else did I say? Okay, 80s will like a pull. Okay, with additional support through the 80s, will like a pullback to. I must have mixed my words, but basically I wanted to pull back to the 95 area. Right here was where I wanted it on the 200 MA, and pulls back to 85 even better. And there's a location even lower at 65. But I was hesitant with this because of all of this red you see. Plus, it was a big gap, and you don't know, they can fade. You have no idea. So, I mean, look at the nearest hourly support was at 45 cents. That's a huge drop off. Okay, pre-market. Here's how it looked. It looked really good. It was clean, I should say. Okay, so boom, explosion candle down here at 40. And then, of course, it regrouped between what is probably like 70 and 60. Explosion candle again. Then it pulled back. And then, of course, this is the 90 area that I was interested in. And then, boom, it exploded. All this happens pre-market. So this thing moved relatively well in the pre-market. And then it ended up popping above that original resistance that I had spoke to. So let's go look at it. Let me get out. And let's go look at it on the deal. Now, I almost traded this one. I would have actually had a winner had I took it. But I'll tell you why I did not. Okay. So here we go. All right. My area that I wanted in the 90s was tested. No, excuse me. It was down here that I wanted. So no, it did not get tested. So it didn't do that. So it spikes. So now I'm in reevaluation mode. That's how I always play. Anything that spikes, I give it some time. I want to see it pull back. And I'm interested in taking it from here, from 130 down to 135, that is, down to 127. Okay. The clear cut area to get it was pretty much right here, in my opinion, at 122, because that's where the buying exploded post pre-market. Pre-market, the buying exploded right here at 114. This candle goes as low as 104, so you could have got 114, and been happy, within the first literally 5 minutes of the market. So I let it, do its thing. I missed this, and the reason why. So by the time it got here, I put an order in. I put my order in for 133. I wanted to get it right here, and I was willing to test it there. Problem is, you see these two not even candles, they're just dashes. The stock got halted. Once the stock gets halted, I'm good. Some ain't right. Some weird stuff is happening. If you saw, I think it was SNCA last week, you saw a stock that was booming, get halted, and then opened a intraday gap down like literally 50%. It was unbelievable. I never seen anything like that ever. So after seeing that, I said, yeah, I'm not trading this. I'm not touching a stock that has just been halted because it's just something ain't right. So bottom line is, it pulled back in here right to the area that I actually wanted to get in at, and it did successfully trade. And it is what it is. I didn't take it because it got halted, and I'm glad I was able to pull that order back. I was very I'm happy with it because even though it just pulled back to here on the halt, I've seen something like raging and pull back to here on the halt. Yeah, you ain't feeling that. You get in at 130 and this damn thing halts and opens up and you're 30 cents underwater. Oh my God, you talk about like Man on fire. Yeah, John Creasy mode right there. Anyway, so that was that one. So let me go to the third one that I looked at. Um, let's go back to present mode, and we are talking about Vibe. Game plan. Stock is gapping up on insignificant news. Okay, from 97 to 140. It has a pre-market. The news was insignificant to me. Okay, I just thought it was some bogus bullshit. I was not buying that 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 deal. But the volume was there. Okay, it has pre-market support at 130, which is a pivot support area on the hourly chart. In pre-market, the stock topped out at 150. It looks like a breakout on the hourly. We will let this one open and play a wait and see approach. Has key buy areas at 112 and 103. Okay, so I'm basically already telling myself, I don't know about this. Some bullshit news. Let's just go. We're gonna play this one light. Okay. Here's the daily. Here's the hourly. This is where I was talking about that support at the 130 area and then the 103 area. Okay, on the hourly, it looks like a breakout. On the daily, all of you can't see because this is here, but all of this, look at this. This resistance line here is at $18. Okay, so you know, I don't see this reaching no 102 on some insignificant news on top of that. Okay, so this is the 15-minute. Anyhow, here's the pre-market. Very clean pre-market chart. I like the pre-market chart. There's a couple areas key to buy. This is a key area to buy. This is a key area to buy. This ends up being the best one, but I really like this area right here. Whatever that price would be, probably looks like 126s. That's a really good price point to me. So anyhow, let's go look at what it did. Escape this. Stocks to trade. And Vibe. Alright. So Vibe ends up doing what? Okay. So we said the pre-market was clean. I said I like this area. I really like, remember I was telling you I should have put a line there. I really like that 126. Okay, so what does it do? It opens up. It pulls back right to that area. What's the low of this candle? The low of this candle is 132. So it pulls back to this area, and then boom, it shoots up, and then it sells off. Okay, so I'm not interested once this happens. I'm not interested in 126 anymore. Even though if I would have got 126, look at this, I would have probably got entered in right here on this candle. Okay, at 126. At 126, all I need is 12 cents. So what? 10 is 36. So 38 is what I'm looking for. Look at this high. Where you at? There you go, 140. So, it still ended up would have been a winning trade. So now I'm like, okay, I want this crack and I want this down here at 112. And I put an order in. It just never got there. It got to 115 and then it bounced, and you would have still had a 10% win. It just didn't execute for me because it didn't go quite low enough, and that's quite all right too. You see that I planned these out pre-market. I know exactly what I wanted to do with the stock. Stock meets my criteria or it doesn't. It's just that simple. And so that one just happened to be a no. So I'm very happy with the 5% win I got on NVAX. That was pretty much my trade recap for today. Very happy with how it all broke down. And I will be back adding tomorrow morning. No questions asked. No BSing at all. No holds barred, so to speak. So let's go. All right, man. Tap in with y'all the next time.